And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. This is it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. And a look now at the Boston Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, I'll be matching up with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. George is the 4 with Embiid at the 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. And it's Oubre in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Celtics, Pritchard and White are their guards. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And it's Vucevic in at center. Well, no doubt these players, GA, are eager to get this season going.
Listen, there's definitely some nerves, but it's mainly excitement. This is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason. And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
You knew they were going to be aggressive, and now you see them executing that.
Embiid with a screen on Pritchard. No coverage that time.
Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, it's big for Tyrese Maxey's confidence when he's connecting from that deep because he is a volume shooter from the three-point line.
Here's Pritchard. Tatum down low. Defended by George. Tatum, that's good. Tatum's got his second bucket tonight.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Maxey finds Embiid. Pocket 6. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, listen, if Embiid gets the ball that close to the rim, it is over. You have to deny position.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, Joel Embiid rarely wanted to share all of his cards, but coming off of what he called the most important offseason of his life, he said he cares about how he'll be remembered in the game of basketball, and he understands what remains to be done.
Chasing that ring. And Shams, we appreciate the report. Now, here's Maxey. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Embiid sets the pick for Oubre. No good from outside. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. That's to Vucevic. And here is Tatum. White setting the pick for Tatum. Tatum with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Maxey outside. Hits it from three-point range. Maxey's got 6.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Outside, White. Fires for 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
And within the bigger picture of the game, you have these individual matchups.
Now here's Embiid. And the shot goes down. Embiid's got his second bucket.
It's just so tough to knock Embiid off the block. That's his territory.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Celtics.
Entertainment.
And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And last year, their rim protection was unbelievable. Teams actually turned down shots in the lane.
.131 left to play in the first quarter. There's the drive. Benton, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up. Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Celtics trail by 3. 52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Manton, the pass to Hauser. There's a good screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Garza, and it's all evened up.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Martin, the pass to Watford. Connects from three-point range.
Watford. And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's Hauser. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Walsh. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Watford with it. Here's Drummond, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. 76ers lead by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
They've got Sam Hauser, and it's Gonzalez in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5. Now, here's Brown. We touch inside from Brown.
Just in time. What a job by Brown to get it off before the buzzer.
When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Guys, back to you.
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Here's Watford. 5 points in the game. It's Edwards on the wing. Hauser defending. Embiid the screen. Shot by Grimes. No good.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
And Queta gets it to go. Queta's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
Put your hands together and welcome to center court, Celtics Entertainment.
deciding to change it up. And GA, a lot of the best defensive teams in the league have some stout zone looks they can go to. Where do those in a game come in handy?
I mean, often it's a way of challenging opponents to make perimeter shots, but also you want to show different looks just to kind of disrupt the rhythm of a team's offensive flow.
Now here's Embiid. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside, George. And he's good on the three ball.
And that's why Paul George is such a talented scorer. He can even do it off the catch.
Tatum with the screen on Maxey. From past the arc. There's Tatum's range on display.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
Here's George. Back to Oubre. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And the 76ers lead by 1. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of the game. And Jim, this is year 2 of that 4-year, $211 million contract for Paul George.
And when he's been healthy, Kevin, he has shown himself to be one of the best swingmen in the game. But now he's in his mid-30s, and this can be the point where players often start to wear down.
And here's Oubre, following the three-pointer by Derek White. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, that's vintage Paul George right there. He kept his composure, and he completed the play.
And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same, but can he hold off Father Time?
And one thing when a team underperforms like Philly did last season, Tim, they often bounce back.
Well, it always comes down to health, Kevin. If they have that, it feels like the East is wide open. They are going to have a chance to make some noise.
White, wide open, he fires. And again, Boston with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Back to Maxey. A three-pointer, no good. And so White will bring it up for the Celtics. And they're starting off the season playing Philadelphia here.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
They're great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The 76ers trail by 5. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Maxey attacking. A three from George. Rebounded by Vucevic. Boston's going to sublime 4 of 4 from three-point range since we've gotten in here in the second quarter. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beat you in so many different ways.
Maxey, and they pick up 2. Maxey's got his 3rd basket of the night. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Celtics up 5. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
27.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
Looking at Philadelphia, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And now it's time to talk about what we saw from Jason Tatum in that first half. He was a man on a mission.
You see the maturity in Tatum? Yeah, he's developed a skill, but it's also his mindset. He knows he has to be a great leader if this team is going to do great things.
Sage words from the 4-time NBA champion.
Should have been 5.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
When he gets the ball this deep and establishes position, now it's a matter of getting to his go-to moves that he loves.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey in Edgecombe. George is the 4 with Embiid at the 5. And it's Oubre in at small forward. So it's the Celtics now. After Paul George getting his 3 to go. Tatum on the wing. Good. The time running down on the shot clock. Tatum's got 14 points for the game.
Oh, great patience from Tatum there, not allowing the shot clock to rush him while he finds his spot.
George sets a screen for Oubre. George passes to Embiid. Rebounded by Vucevic. Boston leading by 4. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Guys, back to you.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Now, here's Vucevic, and the rejection by Embiid. Back to Pritchard. Vucevic setting the pick for Brown. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and move like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
Here's Tatum, following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. Gets it to go inside.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Took him no time at all on that one. Maxey's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you've seen Maxey elevate his game every single year. He has now turned into one of the game's premier scorers.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 18.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Some changes for Boston. Kate is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Pritchard. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Drummond's checked in. The 76ers trail by 3. George dishes to Drummond.
2 minutes remaining in the
Outside for George. Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Brown. And that one's good. Maxey's got 15. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list.
That's his first from distance this half, which gives him 3 for the night.
Pass to Drummond. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Drummond's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside, White. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Oubre outside. Maxey deciding where to go with it. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by Tatum. Tatum against George. And that one drops for him. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Celtics lead by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
I just love the way he plays. He does a great job of making everyone around him better.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Brown, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. There's the pass to Queta. Here's Hauser. Rebound by the 76ers.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
Drummond finds Grimes. Here's Barlow. And Lowry has it in the corner. The good-looking shot from the wing. Lowry's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the 76ers. Brown feeling out of it. Pass to Garza. From downtown, the shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 5 assists tonight.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. for Sam Hauser. Philadelphia also making some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I had a chance to find out what Nick Nurse was discussing with his players. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Pass to Maxey. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Brown outside. Here's Garza. Shot's good. Brown making the play. Garza's got the lead up to 8 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Now Grimes. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. It's stolen by Brown. Pass to Garza. Outside Tatum for the 3. The shot, no good. The 76ers trail by 8. Now Watford. Maxey knocks down the 3.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
And you can just see their confidence is growing.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. The 76ers making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's White. Tatum outside. Up against it inside. Tatum fights through. Hatchets his way to the rack.
And Tatum doesn't get distracted easily, even when you get physical with him.
Embiid with a screen on Pritchard. From deep. A three-pointer. Good.
The moment is never too big for Embiid. He wanted the ball on that possession, and he delivered.
George against Tatum. Cleaves it in off the window.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
Maxey. Oh, and wide open, nails the J.
And you see the maturation of Tyrese Maxey. These big moments don't faze him at all.
Tatum down low. Looking on George. Outside Brown. Just 4 to shoot. From 12 feet. Cleared away by George.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Here's Maxey. Takes the 3, and down goes fires the three.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Tatum against Jordan. Now White jacks up a three. Does not go.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss was just on him.
Oubre. The three goes down.
The nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Vucevic a screen on Maxey. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Tatum fires. Drained from outside.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. So I'm looking at the clock. And, guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
I am really curious to see what he's got in store here.
Maxey. Vucevic pulls it down. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
You're definitely going to have to get a 3 here and then count on them to miss free throws.
Outside George. Maxey against Pritchard. George! That does not go. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Stepped up to the line, and he took care of his business and guaranteed the win.
So we see Boston get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Jason, with you guys being such a young team, how do you continue to improve to reach your potential?
We got to watch film. I mean, we did a lot of good things today. So a lot of things we could have done better. And we just got to be focused, composed, play with a lot of poise, and we'll be fine.
Poise normally comes with experience, but because you're so young, you're finding it early. Congrats.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jason Tatum.